Welcome to Pathways' latest production, The Valleys of Calderdale, a series of films capturing the many beautiful spur valleys which branch out from the main one. We're starting with the Shibden Valley, which has not only got a great deal of natural beauty, but has many interesting stories from a fascinating historical past. Shibden is a typical V-shaped valley, following the Shibden Brook from its source at Queensbury to its confluence with the River Calder at Brookfoot. Its name comes from Shibden, or Sheep Valley. It's surprising to many that such beautiful scenery lies within a short distance from Halifax, in the industrial West Yorkshire. There are many routes into the valley, but if you're going from the head, following the Calderdale Way down from Catherine Slack is the good one. Behind me is Scout Hall, a three-storey shell of a building built for John Mitchell, a local silk merchant, in 1681. It is said to be a calendar building, that is, having 52 windows for the weeks in the year, 365 panes of glass for the days, and 12 bays or doors for the months. But you might find it challenging to make the sums add up. I'm standing at the foot of what's known locally as a jud wall. That is a kind of buttress which acts as a retaining wall, keeping back thousands of tons of spoilage from the quarries. They're a feature of all the quarries dotted along this ridge above the valley below. Moses Briggs, the owner of the quarry, was a specialist in building jud walls, and his skill can be seen by the fact that so many have stood the test of time. When he encountered a problem of a wall crossing a public footpath, his solution was simple. He built a tunnel through it, which has been known ever since as Moses' Nick. No skimpy fencing to border the footpath for Moses. These huge slabs of stone would finish off his tunnel nicely. At the bottom of Blake Hill, you're in for a pleasant surprise. Hidden away in the trees is a hostelry which has been at the heart of life in the Shibden Valley for over a century. Turning off the lane, we follow the brook through the barrier into a vast expanse of green, 37 hectares of rolling parkland. This green oasis is Shibden Park, a public recreation area since 1926, when the Lister family donated it to the borough. Sitting imperiously at the top of the hill, keeping a watchful eye on proceedings, is Halifax's jewel in the crown, Shibden Hall. No landscaping project of the time would be complete without a lake, and this one was designed to resemble a large river flowing through the valley.
Well, Ray, we've arrived at one of the entry points to Sunnyvale, and this building that would have been here would be where you paid to get in.
A ticket office?
A ticket office, yes. For those that actually paid, because some managed to sneak in without paying.
So, how did it develop from being a tea garden?
Alongside the tea gardens was a small pond, which was developed to a situation where they could put small boats and larger boats.
More of a lake.
More of a lake. And for children in this part of the world, not having experienced large areas of water before, would have been the largest expanse of water they would have experienced, other than perhaps the old tin bath on a Friday night.
One of the major attractions was the railway, wasn't it?
There was a miniature train, yes there was, but before that there was the switchback ride, which went this direction, and that was basically a box. Children would get to sit in the box and there'd be a brakeman down one side, into the bottom and up the other side. Then in 1922 the real train came, Little Giant, and it was titled Baby Bunce by the family because of the birth of the youngest member of the family, Leonie Bunce, in that year.
To keep people coming all the time, they must have continually reinvented the entertainments, adding new attractions all the time.
You had to do to keep the folks coming and spend their money. Some of the rides included, well, the traditional gallops and the smaller amusement rides for small children, but for the, well, almost white knuckle ride of the time would be the Glacier, and it was always twopence for adults, penny for children, and the big sign on the ride pay booth was "Get a mat," because if you didn't get a mat, you were in trouble. Then, of course, there were things like the aerial glide, which was a frightening ride.
We're now nearing the end of our walk, so just soak up the magnificent scenery and marvel at the way nature has reclaimed its beauty after the landscape was scarred by the colliery. Don't rush. Stroll and savour the final moments. It's too good to hurry. And if you've timed it right, there's excellent refreshment waiting you here at the Red Rooster pub, formerly known as The Wharf, which has a smashing range of real ales. Look forward to seeing you in the next of our films, Walks in the Valleys of Calderdale. Cheers!